Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, welcome. My name is Jennifer. So I just finished filming a makeup tutorial here in the bathroom. That's why I've got a little bit of change of scenery. But I really had to just pop in and talk a little bit about the situation with Meghan and all the rumors swirling around online about her being dropped from her agency. Okay, and here's the thing. If there's so many rumblings around, it must be true. Her agency, and in particular, her agent, Ari Emanuel, he is powerful enough to put the kibosh on these types of stories. So just the fact that stories like this are getting out, I mean, what does that tell you? That tells you that it's more than likely true. Page Six is talking about it. The Daily Mail is talking about it. I would not be surprised if, yes, indeed, she has been dropped. And we'll probably get a story confirming this. I'm telling you, you cannot keep up quick enough with the stories about this woman. They are fast and they are furious and they come out and it's just like, it's crazy. You can't even begin to imagine what it must be like to be her. Like, I know in some sense she enjoys the attention and she'd rather be talked about than not, but what must it be like to have this constant negativity thrown at her all the time about what she's doing, how she's treating people, how she's bumbling her business? It's so sad. And I touched upon this a little bit in the last video that I posted about Meghan with her cryptic and creepy vision board. But she also had an IG story that she put out, an Instagram story, where she's kind of just, walking along the grounds, laughing at the camera, wearing a Northwestern t-shirt that everyone in the press is saying is just her copying Princess Diana, because there's famous pictures out there of Diana wearing a Northwestern t-shirt. And yes, we all know that she supposedly went to Northwestern, but it's just like, this is another example. Why would you even do that? You know you're going to get criticized. People have been calling her a copycat of Diana for years. For years. I mean, that woman wore the same perfume that Diana wore on her first dates with Harry. She apparently researched what her favorite perfume was, sought it out, bought it, chose to wear it on dates with her son. So this is the level of psycho, cryptic, creepy stuff that this woman does. And she knows that because we all know she reads and she stalks all of us and what we're all saying about her. So why would you do that? It seems to me that all she wants to do is play with us. She wants us to work for it. She wants us to play with it. She wants us to keep talking about it. But I saw her wearing that Northwestern t-shirt and I was like, okay, this is creepy beyond creep. Creep factor 15 on a scale of 10. Just don't get it. And then the whole thing with, the garden hose and supposedly, I guess that's Archie's hand and arm watering. First of all, again, like I was talking about in that video, your palatial estate, you're watering your palatial estate. Just less than a month ago, the world was just stunned and shocked and horrified to see the state of California, Southern California rather, sorry, burned to the ground. People are homeless. It's just the whole area is decimated. And there she is showing her palatial estate and her beautiful green grounds, her like lawn and her flowers and her trees that she's watering. And I'm just like thinking to myself, how out of touch do you have to be? There are people that are homeless still to this day. Hopefully they're staying with families and friends. My point being, like, these people have no homes. They're burned to the ground. The least of their worries is watering a lawn and talking about the first blooms of the season like she did in that video. It boggles the mind. So now to hear all this stuff about her being dropped from her agency in the media, I'm more inclined to believe that it is true. I do believe that it is true. If they were legit working with her and for her, she's been with them for what? At least over a year, maybe into a year and a half. Someone tell me in the comments how long she's been with this WME agency, William Morris / Endeavor. How long has she been with this high-powered agency? This agency has more top-tier A-level stars than any other agency in Hollywood. Even they cannot work with this woman and get something happening for this woman. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. So do I think that they've dropped her? Yeah, I think they do. And if they haven't, they're very close to, because just the fact that these stories are circulating and they haven't put the squash on these stories leads me to believe that they're more than likely true, in my opinion. The other thing I wanted to touch upon with you guys is the whole Pamela Anderson creepy Twilight Zone comparisons between Pam's show and Meghan's show. I think the one with Pam was Cooking with Love with Pamela, and then it's the With Love Meghan deal. And you guys have seen it. You guys have seen all the videos where they show Pam's intro trailer to her show, which was released last year, 2024. So that show's already out. Her trailer advertising that show and Meghan's Netflix with Love trailer, the similarities are so scary. It shows Pam doing a little like happy joy dance because she's getting all into the cooking and, she's all cute. And she's Pam Anderson. She's adorable. She got her hair up and her little like twisty bun with her blonde hair, no makeup on, totally fresh, totally cute. And she's doing her little dance. And then you remember how Meghan was doing her little dance. And then it shows like Pam high-fiving one of the chefs in there that's helping her. And then Meghan's doing the same. It's just like, so all this stuff we've been talking about, the trademark problems, the logo problems, she's making that town in Spain pissed off. She can't market clothing under the As Ever logo because there's a Chinese fast fashion company that has prevented her from doing that. The US Patent Office will not let her do that. She's got those problems. America Riviera Orchard is in the tank now, not coming up. Now it's this As Ever stuff. Now all this stuff is coming out about, did she copy Pamela Anderson? Did she or didn't she? And it's really funny to read these articles from companies like Daily Mail and The Sun and all that, because like they always pose it like a question, like, did she rip her off? Like, watch Pam's trailer, then watch Meghan's, and you tell me, did she rip it off? I would say, yeah, it's pretty clear. And then I found out in the last couple of days that I guess Pamela Anderson is doing a season 2 of her show, and it's on Hulu, and it looks super cute, you guys. She's got her 2 grown sons now, and I believe that she had both of them with Tommy Lee. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Brandon and Dylan, her 2 sons, and they're helping her renovate some homes and build gardens. And I guess what she's doing with her land is she wants to make it into like this sustainable, fun place that people can come visit and, look at her gardens, buy flowers, possibly eat, kind of just like an all inclusive kind of fun thing to come out. And I don't even know what she's calling it, but it looks exciting. It looks cute. And in the preview for that, you can watch it on Hulu. It looks so adorable because it looks like she's got a really, really good relationship with her adult sons. And she's saying, I'm not hiring people. We are going to DIY this whole thing together. And she's even said, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to do it. And it's so cute to watch. I grew up with Pamela Anderson in the 90s, always seeing her, this blonde, bosomy bombshell deal. And now Pam's like coming to her own. She's all au naturel. And she's just like, hey, I'm Pam. How's it going? And she's so super cute. So to see that preview, I was like, okay, I'm definitely watching. I'm definitely going to support this. And then I'm even going to go back with my mom and we're going to watch Pamela's cooking show if we can. I'm not sure if we can in the US. I know that it was, I guess, apparently on the Canadian channels, like with their Food Network or I don't know, like I'm having a brain thing right now. I read it, but I don't know if you can watch that one. Maybe you can, but I know for sure that I did see that Hulu was going to release that second season. So I am excited to go and watch and support Pam because to see how glaringly obvious it is that she copped Pamela's idea. This is my personal opinion, but I dare you to watch Pamela's trailer for her season 1 Cooking with Love show and then watch Meghan's and you tell me that that was not copied. I mean, I don't understand how Pam and her people haven't come out and said that they are going to possibly sue because that's how glaringly, alarmingly similar these 2 projects look. It's frightening. I mean, I kid you not, you guys. Like even Pam is saying at one point that she has always loved to take things and kind of make them special. And this is why she wanted to call 8 cooks together and have them come in her kitchen and teach her. And so she can learn and soak up things. And that is entirely the type of stuff that Meghan is saying in her trailer, saying stuff like, "Oh, I love to take things and elevate them, and I love to have people around me so they know how much I'm caring for them and they can see that I'm thinking of them and I'm learning." And I was just watching this literally like my mom and I watched it. We were both looking at each other. Is this serious? Is this serious? So on top of all this stuff, now it's all this Pamela Anderson stuff. And I'm at a loss. I am at a loss for the bumbling and the fumbling. And this is just not going to be a good thing. I am getting more and more scared for Miss Meghan here. Things are not looking good. They're not looking good for this as ever stuff, for this trademark and logo debacle. It doesn't look like any of her products are going to be ready by March 4th when this show debuts on Netflix. And then to have all this Pam Anderson stuff being called out in the media and all these comparisons, and did she rip it off? In my opinion, she did. It's just not looking good. And she hasn't made an official post on Instagram in about 5 or 6 days. Her timeline is about every 3 to 5 days she releases something on Instagram that I've noticed. So, I mean, at the time of this, me talking to y'all and editing, she'll probably have something out that we'll all be, looking at going, what's happening here? Like scratching our heads, like what's going on? So it's just not looking good. So I was calling for prayer in my last video. Like, we need to pray for this woman because she's obviously something's going on. Like the fame, the fortune, she's trying to seek the money, and it's not working. I think that she's being sabotaged at every turn. And I don't care if you think I'm a crazy psycho for saying this, but I really think that God is trying to shake this woman and wake her up and being like, you do not need to seek this fame and this approval and this constant narcissistic attention seeking. Like, she needs Jesus. She needs God. She needs to get right with God, get her heart and her mind and her soul. And what's going on with these fake faux kids? Do they exist? Do they not exist? What's going on? It's like, just, I don't know. Like, and now people are all up in arms because they say she's starting to merch the kids, which is something that we know that Harry didn't want to do. But it seems like every time she goes on now, she's showing an arm or a hand or letting us hear their voices or showing us the back of their heads or, baby Betty, Lilybet, whatever her name is running along in the grass with her. So she's starting to haul out the kids. She's starting to merch these kids. But I believe she's a narcissist. I don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. So I don't know what it must be like for her to receive this constant criticism in the media. I don't think she's really taking any of it to heart, because if she would be taking it to heart, she would know that there's the premise, there's actual articulated reasoning and arguments that we're trying to put forth. We're calling her out on her actions, and she just doesn't seem to get it. There doesn't seem to be any course correction here. But the point I was trying to make was, it can't be good. It's got to be affecting her mental state. How's that affecting her parenting skills? I'm just worried about those kids. I mean, could you have a well-rounded, good, caring, nurturing relationship with someone that's being constantly criticized in the media? And a lot of it is her fault because she's putting herself out there constantly. We know she does that, but every time she does it, she gets clapped back, and that can't be good for her mental health. So how can you parent effectively, generously, and kindly being attacked all the time? So I'm just wondering what the dynamics are like in that house, because they cannot be good. Rumors have been swirling for months that her and Harry don't live together. There's been rumors that no one is living in that house, and it's a total fake and phony thing, that it's just like a rental, that no one lives there, that it's one of those houses where if you look it up, you can rent it. So there's just a lot that's going on, and it is not good. So I just feel bad for those children if they exist. I would not want a distracted, power, fame seeking, hungry person as my primary caregiver, as my mother. In my humble opinion, you cannot be focusing and spending time on your children and focus on their well being when you seem more concerned about putting yourself out into the press and the public all the time and paying these PR people to just put out puff pieces on you. That's got to be an all-consuming 24/7 job. So I guess we all can probably reasonably assume that they're being raised by caregivers or nannies, or I mean, I don't even believe that her mother Doria is there or even cares anymore, as long as she's kind of kept out of this whole debacle. But I don't know. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that whole Pam thing and then some of the other things I was noticing with that latest post that she did about the whole Northwestern sweatshirt and all that good stuff. But she is the gift that keeps on giving with all of this weird cryptic stuff that she wants us to focus in on. And it's not so much that we're focusing in on the weird cryptic stuff that she wants us to focus on, like her vision board. I think we're all seeing past that. We're looking past the blurry stuff she's putting on a vision board, and we're looking into the psyche of a person that feels compelled to do this kind of stuff. Like that in of itself is frightening and scary. So I feel for the kids. I'm a little scared for the kids. Pray for those kids if they exist. Pray for that woman. Pray for that handbag Harold husband of hers who I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, you guys, so I just wanted to pop on and give you give you a little rundown because 3 days passed and it feels like 3 years. Like 3 years of content. And remember, you got to gear up because March 4th, this is all starting up on Netflix. And the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. And hold on, I'm yapping so much that I need a drink of my iced tea. Hold on. I want you to tell me what you think about how she's going to release the Netflix show. Do you think that, because I personally think it's in the hands of Netflix, like they're kind of telling her what to do and she don't like that, but they're getting desperate at this point, right? Because they want to recoup a lot of their loss. And I think what Netflix is banking on is people that are going to hate watch. That's what they're banking on, right? So I personally have heard different rumblings, but I think what they're going to do is I personally think that they're going to release 1, maybe 2 episodes max at a time to leverage the amount of hate watching. Because think about it. So like, for example, that's how they released The Crown, right? They would just drip feed it to people. And it's not like, I don't think it's going to be the type of situation where they're putting all of them out at once. I think they're going to drip feed a few here and there. I don't think that they're going to release them all, because if they release them all, people will kind of go crazy and they'll get frenzied and they'll, comment and make their videos about it. But after a while, it'll die down. But if they make sure that they drip feed them, they can kind of keep that captive audience of those people that are hate watching her. So I personally think that's what they're going to do. Again, I don't hate the woman. I'm fascinated by that woman. I'm scared of that woman. I would not want to be in a room alone with her. I would not. I would not trust that woman. And wasn't it her half brother Thomas Markle Jr. who said that he didn't trust her to be alone in a room with children or animals or something? I don't know. That kind of scared me too, because I mean, he's her half brother, and he might know some stuff. But anyway, yeah, but like that whole Markle family debacle, they're a little off sometimes too. Sometimes when I think that I'm believing stuff that they say, and then other times there's been contradictions and things going on with them too, or I'm kind of like scratching my head like, what was it? But anywho, I do feel for Samantha being in a wheelchair, having MS, and having to have her reputation torched in the media, aided by her sister and her sister's aggressive PR machine that basically tried to destroy Samantha, in my opinion, a few years back. But anyway, I know I was already going to sign off, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys right now. Tell me what you think down below, and let's get ready because there's going to be more Markle drama coming. Let's get ready to rumble. But we've got prayer on our side. We're going to keep praying for her. She don't want us to pray for her. I know that if she knew that there was somebody out there calling for people to pray for her, she would be like, how dare you pray for me? Like you weird holy roller. Well, she's not going to tell me what to do. I'm praying for her soul, whether she likes it or not. So, okay, guys, I love y'all. I'll talk to you later, and stay safe out there.